How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's NASCAR DFS Pick Show. I am your host, TK Nation 47, joined by Mega Roller 31. Mega, long time no see.
Yeah, I still got my truck background here. Let me fix that.
Mega and I just recorded the truck video that will be posted to the YouTube channel at Fantasy Sports Insight. And once you get done listening to that, getting ready for that slate, watch this video because this race will be starting shortly after the ending of the Truck Series race. So lots of racing to go on at Watkins Glen International here for the road course. We have 82 laps for the Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey 200. I could not say that without laughing. Mega, that is the best title name for a race I've ever seen in my life. Are you kidding me?
That is awesome.
We probably spent about 15 minutes laughing at the title name before we started this, so we were anticipating me announcing the Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey 200.
This is take number 17.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous name of a race, but hey, what will you do for money? 82 laps. As I talked about in the Truck Series, you kind of want place differential. I think this is going to be a little opposite of what we experienced with the Truck Series video, where we were talking about place differential, a lot of guys in the back. We kind of got our heavyweights here in the front. So this makes for an interesting race build. Let's get into it. Justin Allgaier kicking us off on the pole. 8,900 is not a bad price tag for a guy that's won multiple times this year.
No, I think he's definitely a solid price here. The only thing that concerns me is that he has probably one of the elite regular Xfinity drivers who is a road course expert that very, very good starting right next to him. Yeah. So I'd be like, okay, he's got the pole, maybe he can get out ahead, lead a couple of laps. Again, we don't know if there hasn't been an official competition caution announced yet that I've seen.
Not for either race. I checked.
But with weather and stuff, they might throw one out there. I don't think it's going to be like too bad, but if there is any rain or anything in the forecast, I'm not too far away from it, Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I think our weather forecast for tomorrow is supposed to be hot and humid and maybe some pop-up storms, but I don't see like anything of like washout or monsoon season or anything like that. It is definitely should not be like Dakota, but I like the price, but it just, you got to think, can he still finish in the top 5? That's just the only concern that I kind of have. If you think he can do that, then, and you think that he can lead some laps, but this isn't a dominator race. So, but finishing position still is important. So I think he's in play. Yeah. I think I would say he's a cash. I like him better than Austin Hill starting on the pole in the truck race. So I don't think he's a priority, but I think he can be played in cash.
Okay. I personally am going to be in on the Austin Cindric train, as you had talked about, him being really good on road courses. I think, he's probably going to take the early lead and probably have a really good opportunity to dominate this race. It's really only about 2 guys here in the top 5 for me in the starting position, or top 6, excuse me. Going to be Austin Cindric, Allgaier. I don't mind for GPPs if you do think he finishes in the top 5. Daniel Hemrick is kind of surprised with how he's been able to get up to the front and lead laps at times. So I don't mind Hemrick on like a mile and a half, but here on a road course, not so much.
Yeah, he just can't win.
No.
He
does well to get up front.
Equipment. He's had good situations. He's just doesn't have the eye of the tiger.
He's getting better. I'll say that.
Yeah,
he's getting better.
He's going to win one eventually, but this is not it.
Right. I agree. Hemrick, definitely a guy to keep an eye on heading into next year. I feel like if they give him one more year in the same car, in the same team, I think he could actually do some damage here for Gibbs. but 9,100 is too expensive for me, so I'm out. Harrison Burton, 8,500 is kind of a better price tag in my opinion for a guy starting in the top 5. He's definitely got some top 10 equity in his name, so I don't mind Harrison Burton because of that $600 discount.
Yeah, I just don't know about him on a road course.
True.
He's one that I like. I definitely like on like super speedways and more speedways. It's a good car, good team, and everything. He's a good driver. He's moving up to Cup next year, right? Is he taking over the Wood Brothers car?
No, that is he?
Yeah.
I have not gotten updated on silly season yet.
Yeah.
I've really
He's
focused on the
21.
first 2.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So DiBenedetto's out and now free agent. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be driving the 20 Joe Gibbs car in Xfinity next year.
Yeah, probably. As long as
not official, just joking.
All right. Well, Harrison Burton or Hemrick, I think GPP probably best for both. Justin Haley and colleague. This guy's got some, road course history to his name, sub 9K. I could understand throwing a dart on Justin Haley.
Yeah, he's a decent road course driver. I can definitely see that. I think he could have a top 5 car here. It's a good car, so hopefully he finishes around where he starts. So
that's what you're hoping for, yeah.
My weather app finally loaded for me, and this race starts around 4:00. It looks okay. There's about 20% chance of rain, but between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, it's almost 40%. So we might see some showers.
Yeah, it'll be hit or miss. Where is it in the atmosphere compared to where the track is? They're going to have windshield wipers, though. As long as lightning's not in the area, they should be fine. Yeah. But yeah, Haley, Burton, Hemrick, I'll go with GPPs. Next up, we have AJ Almond Dinger. We had talked about him in the truck video. This is a road course ringer of, old. He is probably a heavy favorite heading into tomorrow in his natural car with, couple races before the playoffs start. I think it's going to be Cindric and Almond Dinger, 1A, 1B for me in my lineups tomorrow.
The only thing that scares me is seeing how many times they've tangled on road courses and hurt each other.
Yeah, because they're always the 1-2.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't understand the concept that they have the 2 most dominant cars. So they could probably just run the whole race 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter unless they're playing DFS and playing themselves, which is illegal. It doesn't matter. So just stay 1 and 2, and then with like 5 laps to go, then fight.
They race hard. Yeah,
don't
they race hard
each other out on lap 3.
Yeah, that was super frustrating. They race each other really hard early. They do need to scale it back a little bit. So yeah, Cindric and Almond Dinger have been the guys in the Xfinity for the road courses, and not going to change for me tomorrow. Myatt Snyder, too expensive, probably starting too high for me.
He's a terrible road course driver.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that the same sentiment? It sounds like it. Jeb Burton, colleague. I don't like ruling colleague out on road courses, but 8 seems a little too high for me on Jeb Burton.
Not really.
I don't know what he's got on road courses, so I'm probably out.
Yeah.
I guess I would just rather play Harrison Burton if I had to in this 8K range, or Haley. Next up, we have Brett Moffitt in the O2R Motorsports. 6,400 is really cheap.
I know, and you know what? I owe him an apology, because the last race, maybe it was New Hampshire, maybe it was the one before that. Again, like this 2 week, like I looked at the red light of the M and the Men in Black pen, and it completely erased my memory of all NASCAR things. But I remember there was a race recently with the last couple where it's like Brett Moffitt I can't play him. There's no way he's going to finish that close. And he's hung in the top 10 the whole race and did really, really well. And it might have been the race before that. That's why he's starting so far up here. He has experience on road course. He's been decent on road course. I wouldn't necessarily say he's an elite road course driver, but I'd say he's better than average. And at 6,400, if he can run a clean race and finish in the top 10, I think that's a great price for him.
He's mispriced for sure. Like, yeah, he's probably not going to win, but at starting ninth.
Do we ever think that Brett Rothfuss is going to win?
No, but he's not 8K anymore.
Oh, true.
He's usually 8K, and you're like, yeah, he ain't going to win. What's the point? And now starting ninth, it's kind of contrarian to play him. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm in. Next up, we have Riley Herbst, Stuart Haas, 98. 7,900. I'd rather just play Brett Moffitt.
Yeah, I mean he's got great equipment. It's Chase Briscoe's car from last year. He just hasn't been a good driver in it. So yeah, I feel bad for the team and everything. It's just maybe they'll find another driver for next year and have success, because that car was pretty dominant last year and it just hadn't seen it this year with this driver.
Yeah, I think Stuart Haas reevaluating Riley at the end of the year, unfortunately. Next up, we have Noah Gregson at 9,500. Seems pretty expensive for one of the most wild cards of wild card history.
And he's a really good road course driver, but if you look at his box scores, you're going to think not. But he got in an accident early, like somebody, and it wasn't even his fault. It was the Daytona one where, he got run off the road because the sheep all went in one direction and they're supposed to go the other direction, and everything accordions and stuff. It's just a nightmare. And they believe he had a mechanical problem in another race. So I think he's definitely someone that, GPP definitely, and he's always the first one in my GPP, but I could see him getting out here and leading this race, and he's got win equity too. So, and the price isn't that bad, like 95.
See, that's where I disagree. I think the price tag is what throws me off. I'm just not going to mess up the Cindric Almond Dinger situation, and we have other guys we need to play too with some place differential in mind. And I just think Gregson's starting too far forward for someone I don't expect to get any laps led. Yeah, he could finish inside the top 5, but it's so dangerous to play. So it's GPP or fade for me.
Oh, I think we might have a head-to-head starting here.
All right. Next up, we have Jeremy Clements, 6,600. That is way too low. I'm in.
Absolutely way too cheap. He has experience on this track. He's finished in the top 15 the last 2 races here. His price is solid. He's had some blips this year where he hasn't met
slowing down,
expectations, but overall, he has had a solid season. It's like he and Brown are almost the same guy to me. It's like they always start in the top 15 and they're around 6 or 7K, and you're like, not too much, but are they going to end up in the 20s and lose me some points? Can they hang around up here? They're not major teams. And then you watch the race and you're just holding your breath, and you're like, they're still there, still there.
Yeah.
Only a couple laps left. He's going to finish 9th. We did this. Yay. Go. Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clements and Brown are definitely the same. They're all right there from 12th to 14th. Ryan Sieg, kind of in that same mix, 6,500. The price has finally calmed down. I remember we were getting this guy at 10K to begin the year for whatever reason. Glad we called that out when we did. Now he's down here at 6,500 where he should have been all along.
He's fine, but
he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. I don't mind it.
I don't believe he's competing for the title, but if he is, he's on the outside looking in. I don't have the standings in front of me. I should probably pull that up the next time.
All right, let's.
And I'm not.
We did that for the truck. We'll do it for Xfinity. The Xfinity standings shown. Now, is it 16 for Xfinity or 10? Round of 12. Okay. So we have Gregson at 8, Brandon Jones at 9, Clements at 10. So there's another good reason to play Clements. Michael Annette at 11 after missing a few races. My Snyder at
Does
12,
he still
Hurst at 11.
qualify though? Because they wouldn't let Barry race because for the title because was out for the Daytona one.
Believe it or not, Barry does have some one number points to his name, to his credit. Snyder in 12th, Hurst 13th, Brown 14th, Barry 15th, Sieg is 16th, Ty Gibbs 17th. I would say that's the cutoff point.
Yeah.
So Brown trying to race his way in, Hurst trying to race his way in, Snyder's trying to race his way in. Sieg
so
down
like
there
I said,
as well.
Sieg is on the outside looking in, and he and his pit crew and team, like they try to be like the smartest guy in the room. Like they always try to zig when they think everybody else is going to zag. And a couple times it's worked out really well. But there was a race where it's just like we played Ryan Sieg. He was a cheap price. And we're just like, okay, maybe he'll come up with this brilliant strategy and he'll do really well. And we'll just hold our breath. And he got out there. It was towards the end of the race. And then we're like, he's not pitting for tires. Okay, he's leading this race. Oh,
Atlanta.
This is good. This is good. This is where's he going? Right into the wall. And okay, close the laptop. Days over.
I believe that was Atlanta. Yeah. There was another driver that didn't take tires and restarted first and then took out at half the field.
Was it Kyle Weatherman?
Yes, it was Kyle Weatherman. It's like 10 laps to go and literally 39 cars on the track took tires for Kyle Weatherman and he wrecks half the field. Oh man, this has been a fun year. All right. Next up, we have Ty Gibbs, 10-8, most expensive driver on the slate, racing in the 54. Typically, this is Kyle Busch's ride, one of the fastest Xfinity cars to date. Ty Gibbs, pretty good on road courses. I think he's got to be in play.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a cash play. He did win the Daytona one. It was only, I think it was his first race of the year. He did start on the pole for ARCA. And he finished third. So I think there's definitely a lot of upside here, but he's another one that tends to be a little bit over aggressive, but it's always helped him here because he's always pushed everybody out of the way. And like there's not really veterans in this series, but like a veteran here has probably been in the series for like 3 or 4 years, but like
Clements is a veteran.
Yeah, true. But I mean, there's difference between veterans and lifers. Okay.
Yeah, he's a lifer.
he's like the 21-year-old in your 11th grade chemistry class. Okay. He's just.
Yeah, I get it.
Eventually he's going to age out, but he's never going to college. But I'm sorry, Clement. I'm not throwing shade on you, man.
If you're watching.
Yes, yeah. He's like probably like I'm only like 21.
Yeah. He's the 30-year-old that has been driving for 12 years because he started when he was 18.
But you know what? That's fine. There's some people that are very happy like staying in the series that they're like Norm Bennett.
Yeah, if we want to go back to the truck video, Norm Benning, Jenny Jo Cobb.
The point is that there is a point of professional courtesy, like we were talking about before, where like it doesn't seem like Cindric and Almond Dinger understand it, but we've seen between other drivers where just get out there and get through this race and then towards the end start the battle. But Gibbs doesn't care. He'll run anybody over at any point in the race, and if you won't get out of his way, he'll move you. Like he's like junior Dale Earnhardt III.
Yeah, he's going to be a force. I think he's building something with these road courses, and NASCAR turning to more road courses really suits him well for being inside the big man's ropes before you know it. So I don't mind Ty Gibbs. I think he's a guy you got to have in some of your lineups. We did expand on Brandon Brown a little bit, but not as much. I just want to reiterate that he is in fact a play at 6,900, starting 14th. Him, Clements, and Moffitt probably our favorites right there. Jade Buford is starting 16th after Ty Gibbs. 5,600 is a pretty good price tag for a car that's been pretty fast. I don't think he's starting too far forward. Might have some interest.
He is really good at road courses. So
yeah. This could be a secret little sneaky play here at 56, help you fit some studs. So I really like this Jade Buford play. And I think if you had to pick between him and Tommy Joe, I'm definitely picking Jade.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who's starting 17th, Tommy Joe Martin. So any thoughts on Buford? And are you in on Martins or out?
I think I'm out on him.
Yeah.
He's not Austin Wayne self.
Yeah. He's not the cowboy we need tomorrow for the Xfinity Series.
Yeah. I mean, he's great to sprinkle in a budget guy on speedways, but I don't like him here. Like I said, I play Buford in that range definitely.
Yeah. Next up, we have Michael Annette making his return. Not technically official. We're expecting him to race tomorrow for Junior Motorsports Racing in the 1. He's right on the bubble line for the standings, so he's got to get moving. He's got to get back in the car after missing a few weeks. 7,700. I expect some rust, and with him actually having COVID, makes me worried about his stamina and his focus and his abilities.
He didn't have COVID. Forward.
I thought he had COVID.
No, he was in a wreck and he tried to qualify for the truck on the dirt track at the fairground, and he wrecked, and he I think he like sprained his knee or something. He had to have surgery, I think, on his knee or something.
COVID.
No, I believe it was a result of a practice crash in the truck series. Okay. So then he missed the truck series and he had to have surgery on it. So then he missed the other ones, but he rehabbed enough during the 2 weeks off that he got cleared to come back for this one.
Okay. See, he left so abruptly that weekend. I suspected COVID-19. Okay.
Well, at first I thought he was the smartest one in the room, where he's just like, yeah, see you guys. Thanks for the opportunity, but I'm not.
Well, injuring your knee definitely doesn't make it necessarily any better. You use your knees more often than when you're a driver, so that's something to monitor. Does he have when you're using your knees a lot? This isn't a wide open racetrack. You're using the brake. You're going back and forth. So I'm going to be out on Michael Annette. So your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not too risky.
Yeah. Next up, we have the driver that we had ruined his career, Josh Williams, now sub 5K. This was a guy in the 7K range. We jumped on. He essentially fell way off. Now he's down here below 5K. Any love for Josh Williams, the man that we owe our life to?
I think he's a decent road course driver.
4,900 is pretty good.
I think this might be the week. Like 19th isn't bad.
Oh no, poor Josh. Oh no, poor guy.
Gregson, Josh Williams, welcome to my GPP lineup.
Oh, he's gonna hate us tomorrow. All right, I'm in 4,900.
Okay, so timeout. Going back here.
Go ahead.
Michael Annette has been cleared. He had a stress fracture in his right femur due to the crash in the truck series in practice.
Yeah, that's not healed. That's not healed all the way.
It's been 6 weeks. That's what.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, because truck has some time off.
Yeah, it was July 9th. Well, okay, so it's been a month, but with a stress fracture, that's not as bad as a clear break. But most clear breaks are 6 weeks. So.
That's true.
He's been medically cleared.
Okay. I don't know. I'm still gonna wait and see on Michael Annette. Next up, we have Landon Castle, 6,700. I don't know. I'm out here.
I like his brother White Castle much better.
Making jokes. That means we're out. Brandon Jones in the 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Machine, 9,300. Starting 21st. It's not a bad starting spot. I don't like the price tag.
No, but he's been in better form recently. So
he's due to wreck.
Yeah. Well,
Anytime you think he's doing well, he's due to wreck.
okay.
That's Brandon Jones.
Okay.
No, he makes sense. You can't predict Rex, and 9,300. I could understand it. I'm so infatuated with Cindric, Almond Dinger, Ty Gibbs. I don't want to play Gregson at 95. I don't want to play Brandon Jones at 93 because I don't think they're going to be able to win, and I don't think they're going to be able to lead laps. And I would like Brandon Jones more than Gregson, but honestly, I don't see much of a reason to play them at their ownership. So yeah, for that, I'm in on the other three instead. Your thoughts on Jones? You like Jones? Better form lately?
Yeah. I think he's a GPP play. I know, like right now on the sheet, I have him as cash, but just the more and more I look at it,
it's a tough call.
It's a tough call. But in the context of the slate with the other drivers that we have that are specific, if this was a speedway, I think he'd be more in play. But I think he's only finished in the top 10 once in road courses. So he's not a road course driver. So I'm out.
Next up, we have Kyle Weatherman, 5,400. I could understand this play. Starting 22nd, though, I don't expect him to make much progress forward. So I'm kind of hoping he finishes where he starts, even at his price tag.
He's a really good road course driver. His car is not great. No. So that's the issue. If the car holds up, I think he is very cheap. I think he'd be a decent cash play. But if the car does not hold up, then
he's 35th. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm nervous about that too. And starting 22nd has me a little worried because Mike Harmon Racing, not typical, for good cars, and Weatherman kind of, this Watkins Glen is kind of a longer road course with more turns, more hills, more things going on, more opportunities for this car to break down. So, but
more opportunities for this car to be far away from the rest of the pack. Drafting does not matter, so he might avoid every single crash possible. And Norm Benning is way into a top 20.
That's kind of what we're hoping for here with this play at 5,400. Next up, we have another car that I'm more interested in this racer than I am Gregson and Brandon Jones, and that is Sam Mayer at 9,700, starting 23rd, racing in the 8 Junior Motorsports machine. This kid, pretty good on road courses. He's going to get a good look at the 12 o'clock race on trucks. So give me Sam Mayer over the other two guys.
I think we found our head-to-head. I'm not as excited with him. He's been absolutely horrible in Xfinity.
Alrighty.
He has had such a bad start.
It's his time. All right, Mayer versus Gregson. Line it up. All right. I'm gonna write that down.
Who was the other one that was taken up there? We'll figure it out after the show. Keep going.
Yeah. Next up, we have Chris Wright, 4,500. Now he actually has some road course history to his name. I'm pretty sure he's raced in the Daytona road course race earlier this year. Sam Hunt Racing, they had fielded Kevin Harvick, I think, at one point for a road course this year. 4,500 is pretty cheap. Could you find yourself landing on Chris Wright if you're trying to fit a ton of studs?
I mean, he showed he in this car showed potential. Godovic finished, I think it was just out. I think it was around 15th, or maybe it was in the teens someplace. In this for New Hampshire, and then the road courses in this car. I know he had one top 20, but every other one has been in the 30s.
Yeah.
So, and it's been
which one's going to show up? Yeah. It's risky, but I could understand it in GPPs. That's I guess where I'll leave it.
If you need that much, that's fine. But if you can find $100, I take Jesse Little.
Ooh, we'll sneak on down here. We got Joe Graff Jr., 5,200. Probably thinking the same thing I am.
Fade.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Alex Lebaye, 72,
Lock.
racing in the 36. Yeah, this is going to be a very popular play. I think he is the starting point to cash, along with, probably maybe a Brown or a Clements, and then, you get your studs. But yeah, this Alex Lebaye racing in a pretty good truck or car. Sorry. Yeah, lock it in, right?
Yes.
All right, moving on down here, we have Jesse Little, 4,600. This was the man you were just about to talk about. Go ahead and go.
For $100 more, I would rather take him over Wright. I think, I don't know, it's BJ McLeod car, but still, like Jesse Little, we say like we like to play him in the high 30s, low 20s. Most of the year we've had him in the teens and the high 20s. So he's got experience on road courses. I'm only looking for like 20 points out of him, but that's still 4x at his price.
46 is a really good price tag for Jesse Little. Finally dropped down to a point where we feel comfortable playing him, to where it feels kind of like a misprice. And this next one kind of shocks me as well. Jeffrey Earnhardt at 5,100. That's super cheap, but still no. But I'm just saying that's the cheapest I've ever seen him. Matt Mills is always a no.
But both these guys don't have the speed this year. You're going to see them, but you're going to see them like laps down on a road course, which is hard to do.
Yeah. Yep. Next up, we have Josh Belick in the 17. 7,500 is kind of expensive. Is it?
Do you know why he's 7,500? Because his other career besides driving cars is teaching people how to drive on road courses. He's a road course instructor.
There we have it. The information we needed to hear.
But that doesn't really translate into like, I know a lot of great marriage counselors who are divorced.
Oh, Mega the king of one-liners. That is perfect. Yeah, this could be the case, but I like that starting position. I could see people going with Lebaye and Belick in their cash lineups. I think Belick. I would go Lebaye over Belick.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So
if you're trying to pick one, Colby Howard. Man, I get suckered into this guy though. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you how many times I'm building a lineup and I just land on Colby Howard. I'm like, shit. Like here we go again, and he's starting in the way back. He's got some talent. He's young. All right, this could be the one. And then he wrecks out at like lap 60. You're like, oh, he's doing fairly decent. And then his car breaks down. Like, shit. Here we go.
He's like a corn dog. It's like,
He is.
Yeah, I haven't had one of those in a while, or like SpaghettiOs. Like, oh, I haven't had those in a while. And then you try and you're just like, yeah, it'll be a while before I have this again.
I always find myself there. Timmy Hill, gonna get a good look at this course beforehand. 66 machine.
Is standard or is it Tyler? I think Tyler's in truck.
I thought it was Timmy Hill in truck. That's what I thought we had on the.
We have too many hills.
So many hills. There is a hill at Watkins Glen, so.
Let me see. It is Timmy Hill. Nope. Okay, proceed. Sometimes they switch off though. It gets confusing.
We got so many brothers in both these series now. It's starting to get confusing. I get it.
If you didn't watch the video, like we have like Chastain's brother, we have Tanner Gray, we have Tyler Gray.
Yeah. So I get it. If he thought
TK thought I had a typo and put the like wrong Chastain, but it really is his brother.
Like who is Chad Chastain?
And then we have like 30 guys that the name are Ryu.
Anybody?
They're all in the 30s. Don't play any of them.
Spoiler alert to a video you've ever seen. Timmy Hill, MBM Motorsports, 5,700. Don't mind it. I don't know what to do with this next guy, and I was hoping to get your take.
I think
Austin Dillon, 9,900.
He's not a good road course driver. He really struggles. He is a good NASCAR driver, but he's not good at road courses. I think he's doing what Kevin Harvick did for the dirt track, where he's going out and trying to get some experience on this track. Now, of course, he did race back here in Cup in 2019, but I think he's just trying to go out and this R car is really, really good. It's a former RCR car. A lot of people have done a lot of good things in this 23. And I think he does fair, probably looking at like 45 to 50 DK points. I think he can at least make value, but I think, with your money, you want to take on some other guys.
I don't mind it. I like him over Gregson again, because of the place differential that you'll get. I am worried about the car, but yeah, like you
When
said,
Noah
Ford
Gregson
Motors.
wins this race tomorrow, you're going to
I got him. He's so
Gregson
pissed.
T-shirt next week when we do our video.
No chance. No chance. All right, yeah, but I'm definitely gonna have Austin Dillon in a few lineups, not a lot, but a few of them. Next up, we have Michael Munley in the 6. I'm not sure who he's filling in for.
Yeah,
not coming to my mind, but he's probably a fade for me.
JJ Yaley, probably, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. 7K, no thanks. Preston Pardus. I like this guy. I play him all the time. He's racing in the 90 DGM racing machine. This is usually Bailey Curry's vehicle. 7,400. I like him. I'm going to be playing him.
Yeah, he's a really good, has always run really well here. And we love how he always starts towards the back and just methodically works his way up and stays out of trouble. And, definitely has a top 15. Not looking for him to lead the race or win the race, but definitely someone to do well here and to make their way up, and has top 10 upside.
Top 10, top 20.
Yeah, so
We'll take both.
Like anywhere from like 5.5 to 6x. I think point per dollar, he's the best play on the slate. Oh,
Man, I probably have to agree with you there 100%. So Pardus, probably a guy in your cash lineup tomorrow. Next up, we have Eric Jones racing for Jordan Anderson, 10-6. I'll just leave this off for you, and you can give us your take.
I think that you lock this guy in. Also, Eric Jones is a really good driver. He's had his struggles in Cups, and of course, he got demoted from Gibbs down to the Cheerio car for Richard Childress, and that Cheerio car really isn't great equipment. So, he's struggling this year, but he's had flashes of brilliance. But he is a decent road course driver, and I think in this car, this Jordan Anderson car has been fast, other than when Jordan Anderson has been driving the car.
Yeah.
But other people in this car, and he's had some A-list guys in here this year who have done well. He definitely has top 10 upside. I think he is probably, even though he's at 10-6, I think, besides Almond Dinger and Cindric and Prestis, I think he would probably be top 5 point per dollar. I see him getting anywhere from 50 to 60 DK points just with place differential and finishing position. And he actually has an outside chance to win this.
Man, okay, win this race. That's I did not think you were going down that route.
But look at Cup drivers who have come to like Truck and Xfinity, and besides Kyle Busch, and I know it was a truck race, but who was the marginal guy that won the truck race like a month or so ago? That it was the one that we thought that Bowman would win, but his truck broke down. He had the Rackley one, but then was it Pierce? Was it Priest?
Oh yeah, Ryan Priest.
Yeah.
Yep, it was.
So we've seen like good Cup drivers come into these series with decent equipment that know the track and are able to make their way up and do quite well. So I'm pretty excited to see what he can do here.
I just built a lineup to talk about some construction ideas, and I totally understand why you're liking Josh Williams tomorrow. Yeah. If you've listened on this slate, Josh Williams is pretty key to this. Is a key to this slate. I totally understand your routes there and why. What that opens up for you. Kyle Tilley, 7,100.
I have no idea who this guy is, other than I hear he's a decent road course driver. BJ McLeod car is a little scary, but
right. Kyle Tilley is a congressman, so no, senior senior vice president, chief economist. Let me look at the race car driver.
It's pretty bad when you're on the third page of Google before you find this driver.
Man, you ain't kidding. He ain't even on the third page.
Let me.
I'm having a hard time. Oh, God, it changed it to Luke. Come on, spell autocorrect. Okay, sorry, Kyle Tilley, you out there. He's a British race car driver from Bath Unit, UK. Yeah, there ain't much on him. He was in the Texas Grand Prix. He races a lot of road courses overseas. He won the Asian Le Mans series.
So he's priced on speculation, not on anything he's actually really accomplished. Okay.
Well, you know what he's accomplished overseas. He's
right.
European Le Mans, won a historical Formula One championship. Yeah, but basically a bunch of second-rate European road course tours or whatever. So I don't know. Kyle Tilley, maybe. I think he's a little too expensive, so I'm out. Dave Smith, Bailey Curley, and Stephen Light. Any love for those three?
Smith, no. Curley, it's a Harman car, but he's been okay. No place really to go but up. And I think, Stephen Leish is going to be like huge chalk here at 6,300 at 40th. He's in a Hattori car. He's not in the normal piece of junk that he's driven before.
Okay.
So I think, I still list him as GPP because I don't think he's a great road course driver. But then again, I could see Michael Munley, Matt Mills, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and probably somebody being too aggressive up top. Well, Josh Williams, so he'll crash out, and Brandon. He finishes 34th or 35th when all those cars are behind him, park too slow or crash.
So Stephen Light probably the only play here at the back end. But yeah, that'll probably do it.
Curry's in the same situation. So I think they're pretty much synonymous. I think more people will go with the Hattori car, which seems to be better equipment than the Harman car.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, that will wrap things up for me here on the Xfinity Series. Mega, last remarks.
It's good to be back, and like we said, sorry it's a road course, and it's it's just kind of weird with like some of these ringers and cup guys sprinkled in. Like we've done so much video work tonight, I can't remember if it was truck or this one, but I just wish this was Michigan. It was just like a simple like mile and a half, 2 miles intermediate track that we could just kind of plug and play. But we appreciate you watching this, and hopefully some of this banter helps you guys out. And always, my Twitter handles at MegaRuler31. Reach out to us, leave some comments down here. If you have some questions or need clarification, we'll do what we can to try to help you.
Absolutely, couldn't said it better, guys. Follow our Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. You can find the Discord link in that bio for cores, these projections that we talk about so often, and all the questions you need leading up to lock. So yeah, follow me at TKNation47. That was Mega Ruler 31. Thank you, Mega, for the late night analysis. These videos will be posted. All right, we're looking forward to some racing tomorrow, guys. Hopefully some green screens. Good luck, and we will see you next week. Or tomorrow night for the Cup race.
Yes.